guys, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed. And if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Time to do a Lisa video, but I don't even know where I finished. I don't know where to start. What's all this bollocks? Established 2009. You're not a bottle of wine. What do I do? Do I start at the last one and work back, or will I not know what's going on? What's with the fucking cowboy hat? She's going to wear it for that video and that's it. You'll never see it again. It's like the time she had this mad fit. She saw somebody wearing like a baseball cap, but it wasn't. And I don't. Anyway, she hunted it down. Sorry. Got something in my eye. Lardy's rubbing off on me. And she wore this hat and she wore it for the video and that was it. She looked a complete turnip in it and she never wore it again. And it's like, I just can't. Don't get this woman at all. So that's an hour. Shall I do an hour of what I did where I pissed last video? Or a Friday haul? What's that about? Carnivore mindset. I'm going to be giving that one a miss, I think. Anyway, shall we try this one? New York City Luxury Haul, part what? Oh, there's two parts, is there? Valentino, Chloe, Zara and campers. Heidi, hi. What sort of campers?
Hey guys, it's Lisa. Happy Mother's Day. Today's Mother's Day. I was just telling friends of mine. I said, remember when your kids are small and your husband gives you free time for Mother's Day? I remember that. It's because you were with them all the time. Today, I will be with my children. John just gave me a card and I want to talk to you guys.
It's Mother's Day and I'm making a video. A two-parter. John just gave me a card. Oh! How can people sit... Right, how far in are we? 22 seconds in. She's already dissed John and moaning about the fact that she'll have to spend time with her kids. But other people don't hear it like that. And then I saw a comment. Where did I see a comment? And someone said, I love the way she reminisces about when the kids were small. Yeah, that's the only time she was fucking happy. She didn't want them after that. Once they could answer back, she was done. Anyway.
I have, goodness, half of the things that I got when I just went to New York. And I thought we would split this video up in half. I was actually expecting everything that I got from Bergdorf yesterday, and I didn't know they sent it a day earlier, and I missed it on Friday. So imagine how I felt after I waited here all day yesterday and then decided to track it. I'm not a big tracker. I kind of just wait, and I saw that I missed it on Friday, which I knew.
I'd love to have seen that bloody meltdown. I missed the daggone video. Parcel, John, we'll have to go and get it now.
I had missed something, but I didn't know what it was. With that said, I still have everything that I purchased from Valentino. I did some damage in Valentino and in Chloe. You know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I love the whole boho chic, luxe boho. I saw that the other day and I was like,
I thought that was your daughter's niche. Boho chic. What's that colander thing? What the hell is that? Alien satellite dish. If anybody knows what this colander on a stand is, can you tell me?
Probably it, the luxe boho, because I'm not music festival boho, and I don't even go as far as like Rachel Zoe. I just like a touch of it. And when I was in Chloe,
it's Zoe. There's an E on the end. I don't care if she calls herself Zoe. It's like the other day I was watching a video and I liked the girl who was making the video and she was doing a video on Eugenia Cooney. Fucking drove me insane. I had to switch it off because she kept saying Eugenia. And it's like her name is Eugenia. Can you get a fucking name right? Oh, I'm on form, aren't I? How far are we now? 1 minute, 26 seconds, and I've had enough already.
Guy said, "Did you see that Claudia Schiffer is the new face of the new campaign of Chloe?" I was like, "No, I love Claudia Schiffer. She's one of my favorite guest models." So, how cool is that? She's like our age. I'm 54. I think she's right around 53 or 54, and she looks amazing, amazing. So, that is going to continue to be the theme for a little bit. That mixed with
What's the theme? Copying other people like you always do.
90s fashion is probably
It's a colander. I can't listen to her. I'm just trying to figure out what in the name of God this thing is. Is it a lamp? Where's the bulb? I don't understand what that is. And why did she swap out a black sideboard for a black sideboard? What was the difference? I don't understand.
my favorite too. Okay, so we're going to start off with the sponsor of the beginning of this video, and that
Oh, of course there's a fucking sponsor.
is Ideal Diamonds.
Ugh.
And I thought that we would do something different today. I know I got a text from them that they're having a Mother's Day sale. Let's see, Ideal Happy Mother's Day. Whether you're celebrating a mom, being one, or honoring one, it's a perfect time to treat yourself on Mother's Day, but not for long. If you've been waiting, this is your moment. 20% off everything. I will have a code for you below too, just in case that one goes out. But what I thought I would do today, you guys probably see me wearing my Ideal Diamonds all the time. I always have on one of my necklaces. Now, Ideal Diamonds is a woman-owned and based company. It's lab-created diamonds that are ethically sourced. I believe they go through like 8 different artisans before they're finished. They are based in Antwerp.
How are they ethically sourced if they're lab mined? Doesn't ethically sourced mean that you're not putting 3-year-olds down a hole in the ground and making them work for their supper? These are lab grown. I've put it on double speed because we've heard the Ideal Diamond shit enough times.
And what's funny is I was watching that new series with Pierce Brosnan. I believe it's called Mobland. I tell you, I love shows like that. I hate violence, but I love shows like that. I don't know what it is about me. I love like even Westerns and mob movies and stuff like that. So I just have to close my eyes. Sometimes I'll tell John to mute it or to fast forward. And I even had to tell him, please do not speak what they're doing. Sometimes I would close my eyes and he would say, oh my God, they just so-and-so, so-and-so. I think that was through Game of Thrones. So I do love those kind of movies.
Really? You expect us to believe you're sat there going, la 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 la, I don't like the horrible bit. How old are you? Sorry, Hannah.
And I noticed the other night, one of the girls, I think her name's Serafina, she was going to buy the best diamonds in the world, and they went to Antwerp. And I was like, wait a minute, that's where Ideal Diamonds are made. So I thought what I would do today, and what I always do is I will wear one of my necklaces. They're set in solid gold, and I just wear other things with it. And I thought I would change out this one, the one I probably wear the most. And you can see here that they are kind of adjustable. I always wear them at the longest length. Okay, so here is the one that I had on. Can you see it? Is it not focusing?
No.
Here we go. So it's kind of like the teardrop. And because I've been wearing it in the shower, putting on lotion, what I like to do is every once in a while, take them off and give them a good cleaning, just like you would your other precious jewelry. Don't use anything too harsh. But because it is a real diamond and lab-created diamond, I think the only person that can tell is a jeweler. But anyway, I can wear that all the time. So here are my Ideal Diamonds. They sent this to me one time, and I keep everything in here because I do not want anything to get messed up. Let's put this one on. This one is gorgeous. Now, their whole concept is being able to mix and match everything. So even this charm, which looks almost like a princess cut. No, I would say it's more like emerald with the diamonds around it. Forgive me, I do not know the names of all of them. You can do it horizontal that way, but there are the little places where you could do it vertical. I just chose horizontal, and this is...
I'm sorry, I thought she was just going to spiel off what Ideal Diamonds are, but she's actually talking about what she's wearing. But none of us give a fuck, do we, really? So I'm sorry for those that the double speed is annoying, but I just want to get through this bit. And of course she hasn't given us timestamps so we can jump, because that would be helpful, wouldn't it, Lisa?
These are the times that I love having my real nails. With those gel nails, I could not do a daggone thing. I always had to take it into John, and he would have to get out a light and everything else. So, okay. Another thing is notice this, how easily it slides on the chain. It's little things like that that just make or break jewelry to me. It needs to be, for one thing, I don't like taking stuff on and off, if you've noticed. So I need a necklace that I can take a shower in, I can wear to the pool, and it's going to go with everything. So there's that. Okay, these, I cannot lie, these are my favorite earrings, and they are the ones I got last from the Tamara Kalinick collection. So you start off with, I believe there are 3 different sizes of the studs, and I believe this is the, let me look at some of the other ones I've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the medium that I'm showing you, and then this is the larger one. So you can see right there. And I told you guys how I have these things like that I've been thinking even since I was a child. And I remember my second cousin, my dad's cousin, always had, even at the beach, big diamond studs. And I always thought to myself, I want to be that woman that just wears diamonds all the time. And that's how these make me feel. So I'm going to put these, I just wore these 2 to New York the whole time. What I have noticed too, these ear backs will kind of lock in. Don't keep trying to push them. You'll hear them make that initial snap like that. And that is all you need. Okay, so let's see what other, I've got this jacket that you can put on it. My favorites are the Tamara Kalinick. They just are, even if they weren't hers. Then there's this one that you can pick according to the width of your earlobe. You can put with one of the studs. I don't want to be struggling here on camera. So I'm trying to pick out I'm gonna pick out my easy ones. Okay, I'm gonna pick out this one that is part of the ZARA collection. Now I believe you can do them, you know, like in the front or in the back. For ease, I do mine in the back. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't always wear earrings back here. So, you know, do you hear that little, it goes right on. So let me show you just how
No!
pretty that is. To me, that kind of goes with the look.
How are we supposed to fucking hear your earrings click?
Boho, because it's like a glamorous, you know, I love the word gypsy.
Is boho a new word for a now? I love the word gypsy. Is that what she's about to say?
Let me show you just how pretty that is. To me, that kind of goes with the luxe boho because it's like a glamorous, you know, I love the word gypsy. I just do. So here is another one with this jacket on it. I'm just kind of playing with you guys here today. I told John, I'm in such a good mood today. Aren't you glad? Because we're here together all the time. He knows. Okay, so there we go with that. I just love them. And you know what I noticed too? Even when I travel with my Apple headset, they don't bother my ears. And this is something that you can kind of build onto too. And it's a great gift to give yourself. And the sparkle is amazing. I always feel like special when I'm wearing these things. So thank you to Ideal for sponsoring that part of the video.
Thank fuck. Where's the thing? I've forgotten what I'm doing. I've had too much time off. I'm lost.
And then let's go. I'm going to do like I typically do. And let's go from the beginning. This trip to New York started because I've gone to two other ones. I went to one last fall during Fashion Week in New York. That is the time that I blistered my toes up with the Gucci flats, and then my phone got messed up and it was just not the best experience. Then I went to the one
What? Went to what one? What thing? What are you talking about? We're not fucking psychic, Lisa.
Google headquarters. This is a YouTube shopping event, and that was magnificent. I went shopping the day before on Rodeo.
Oh, it's a YouTube shopping event, so it was wonderful. Of course it was. Woe betide you'd have to actually go to a proper conference and sit on your hole and listen to people speak. That one was shopping. I'll go to that.
Drive, and then we were at the event all day, and just being there was just fabulous. And then we had one this past Wednesday. So as soon as we found out the date and that we were invited, we all made plans to go. And so I coordinated my plans with Kelly and Christina from Mommy's Makeup and Moscato. And Kelly and I both love to shop. Christina's pretty good too. She hangs right in there. And so we planned to shop when we got in there Monday. I got in very early. They got in later. We didn't really, I think Kelly bought one thing that day, but I'll go through all of this. Then we did something Tuesday night, and then the event was on Wednesday. So let's just go through my crazy timeline here. So I got up, my flight was leaving at 7 o'clock. So we boarded at 6:30. My favorite kind of flight. I got to fly Delta this time. I like Delta better than American, but what I do is just pick whichever one has the earliest straight flight and a good coming back flight. And it was Delta. So for oh my gosh, okay, this is a big thing too. I bought all those Reformation dresses and a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you today from ZARA that took like 2 to 3 weeks to get here, even though I paid for the $25 fast shipping. I had this vision of just cruising around the sidewalks with my sandals on and my Reformation dresses with the bottom two buttons unbuttoned, with a tote, hair a little messy, big sunglasses, and just having the best time and the
What the actual fuck? See? People, are you listening? This woman lives in a fucking fantasy land. She doesn't realise she's a 54-year-old mother of two that comes from Wilmington, North Carolina. I had dreams of floating about with my crap hair and my big sunglasses, trying to pretend I'm a 20-year-old.
Beautiful sun and spring in New York. And what happened? I was in denial for a long time, and then I had to face it the night before when I was packing. Highs in the low 60s and raining. So I had to totally redo what I was going to take, and it threw.
For fuck's sake! Oh my gosh, it was raining. Did you bring a raincoat and Wellington boots? No, you probably packed summer dresses and flip-flops because you're a fuckwit.
Threw me for a loop because I have closed off the cashmere sweater, jeans, boots little part of my brain, and I was already into sandals, dresses, you know, basket bags and all the other stuff. So I ended up wearing some of my favorite jeans. I don't know if I've officially entered.
How the fuck would she live anywhere else? Really, how? In the UK and Ireland, you can have 4 seasons in a day. You can get up, it could be sunny, it could be snowing by tea time. You have no clue. What's the one thing that Peppa Pig likes to do? Jumping around in muddy puddles. Yes, because it pisses rain here more often than anything. She'd be in a fucking permanent funk if she lived somewhere like this. I was so upset. I wanted to ask about in my dress, and it. How very dare the universe rain? How? I'm still saying that's a fucking colander. What is it? I'm dying to know. She must have said at some point in another. Oh, is that where she takes her brain out of a night and puts it in the bowl? Or takes her head off like. What's his name? Wurzel. Puts her stupid head on. Taking off my stupid head, Miss Sally, and I'm going to put it in the bowl and put my sleeping head on.
Introduced you to these jeans, but I've worn them a few times. They're from Helmut Lang. I bought them when
I wore them a few times. Really. Congratulations. That's what normal people do, Lisa. Buy clothes and wear them.
bought the funky ones with the pockets. And I'm wearing my Never Let Me Down, worth every penny YSL boots, a J. Crew cashmere sweater, and my favorite moto jacket of all times, my Ralph Lauren.
Time! Oh, fucking hell. You know when the old post office where they used to have the rubber stamps and there'd be somebody sat there going bump, 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 bump. I just want to stamp time and pears on her head.
That is my favorite moto jacket. And I need to get new luggage. This luggage is so beat up, but it takes a
beat up. I mean, beat up. Beat up shoes, and you just know the whole outline of her foot were in them shoes when she took them off. They don't look beat up to me. So, if this is her version of beat up, we can now understand that the woman in the elevator probably didn't have beat up shoes and bag. Even if it was a long bag.
beaten, what is it, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. So here I am in the airport. I took my big YSL tote, which I love, and I just took my Chanel 25, which is worth every penny. I'm so glad Maria at Bergdorf kind of had to talk me into that bag. That was the bag I was least excited about when I did that shopping trip at that Chanel event. And she was like, Lisa, you have got to get this bag. I'm telling you, it's the latest. You're going to love it. It gets softer, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, now I love it. I hardly want to change out of it. It's just such a good bag. So, and I took my new J. Crew cashmere wrap because mine that I sleep with is just jacked up at this point. My tiger ring, which will be back
upside down. I can see it there now. Bet they're really pointy and scratchy.
Back available soon as we get the tariffs straightened out. These are my Apple. Well, I'll put it up here. Apple. I love those things. I love those things. And I had some good ones before that. They were like the Carmen Harden or whatever. My Diet Coke. Oh my God. Okay, I do have something.
Did you see that face? My Diet Coke. Everyone could go to shit so long as she has her Diet Coke.
Carmen Harden or whatever. My Diet Coke. Oh my God. Okay, I do have something funny to tell you.
She doesn't even look at her kids like that.
I'll put the footage in here. I happen to love turbulence. Like that little bit of turbulence that you get, and it's just like, you can just.
What the actual fuck is wrong with this woman? I can't. She's cringing me out. Could you be any more fucking cringy, Lisa? What is wrong with her?
Just rock you to sleep. Well, it was foggy and rainy, and I already knew that Kelly and Christina they were told to get to the airport 3 hours early. I already knew there was like a little something something going on with the air traffic and everything. So the pilot comes on and tells us that we're about to hit some turbulence, that they have to keep the seatbelt sign on. And I see the flight attendant come sit down. Did she sit down with him at that time? No, I think this was.
Does it matter, Lisa? Just get on with it, for fuck's sake. This is how you know nothing happens in her life at all. So these out of town trips are the only thing that gives her something to fucking talk about, and talk about it she will.
The next flight I'm thinking of, where the flight attendant came and sat in the front seat. I'm not sure, but I had never seen that before. Anyway, we hit turbulence, and it was a lot.
Why are you filming somebody else? Huh, Mrs.? Who's that over there with their iPad minding their own business that you happen to be filming? Who?
Lot, but I had never seen that before. Anyway, we hit turbulence, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I have to admit, I wasn't as scared because I have been on a little tiny plane from here to Atlantic City before where they had to put it down, and the flight attendant was freaked out, was screaming she was not going back up. I mean, the girl beside me threw up. I mean, like, I've had that experience before. Lightning bolts were like right by the window. So it wasn't as bad as that, but the guy in front of me, he was so scared. He was gripping the seat, looking out. The guy beside me was unfazed. His wife slept the whole time. And when we got off the plane, okay, first of all,
So that's why you're filming him, because he's gripping the chair because he's scared. See? Not an ounce of fucking empathy. Not an ounce have you got. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to film him over there because he's scared. You're an absolute bitch, Lisa. Do you know that? Has anyone told you before? I'm telling you.
we couldn't land. She had to circle around. And I was like, great, they're going to have to set us down somewhere else. I'm going to have to drive. And she got us landed. And the girl, I said, did you sleep through that whole thing? And she said, yes. And she was laughing. And she said her sister was on the American Airlines flight to New York, and they couldn't take off. They had like delayed theirs until the weather got better. So I was happy we were there. So the first thing I did, of course, was go to the hotel. And we were staying at a different hotel because
Oh, was she not staying at her favourite hotel? Oh, diddums.
the hotel that I love so much is pricey, and it gets even pricier as the season, the good season comes on. And I knew that I had another hotel that I had stayed in, the public hotel, when I went there with Captivate and ZARA, and I knew that was a pretty good hotel, a good, location, and Kelly and Christina could each have their own room less than the price of one room at the Crosby. Now, I did miss the Crosby, and you'll see I still went there. But the public hotel is good. It's very, very hipster, very hipster. It's very clean, very pretty. No one's helping you with your luggage. There is no room service. There wasn't a restaurant. The restaurant there didn't open until Thursdays to
Oh, diddums. Did it ruin your time?
Sundays. So there's no one at the front desk. You check yourself in. So it wasn't like, I'm thinking, okay, my love language must be acts of service because I miss that. But with
No, it just means you're an idle fuckwit who thinks she's somebody she isn't, and you expect the whole world to run around and help you.
that said, everything was good. So here I am in a taxi.
Oh, look at that face. What's she got a fucking face on about there?
On the way, it's 62 degrees and cloudy. And here is the entrance
Oh, it's raining. Is that what it is?
of the public hotel. Last time I was there, the guy dropped me off at the residence, and I drug my luggage all the way inside. And they were like, no, this is where people live. You have to go down the street. So here we are. So what I did, I couldn't check in yet. Check in wasn't until 3. And so they let me take my luggage upstairs to a locker. And actually, someone took it, tagged it, and put it in a room. And I went down to my favorite hotel, which is the Crosby, and I got my breakfast. And here I am sitting
You're staying in somewhere else and you had to go back to that hotel to have your breakfast rather than going anywhere else to have your breakfast. What?
There, shiny face and all, and just loving life. Okay, now let's see what time it's 10:33, 62 degrees with drizzle. And oh, here's my yummy, they have the best breakfast. My yummy 4 scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese and an order of bacon and a Diet Coke. And I like my water tap water. And then I go out and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be a little twist to my typical, a couple of little plot twists here in my little New York trip. I have been going through a lot of soul seeking and transitions, and my word of the year is pivot. I think since Christmas. And already I'm very emotional and I'm very in tune with all of my thoughts. It's crazy up here, I'm telling you. And I was not in the mood.
We know it's crazy up there. Why is she emotional? What have I missed?
In tune with all of my thoughts. It's crazy up here, I'm telling you. And I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood to be there. I wanted to see Kelly and Christina, but I was not in the mood to be there. It was the first time that I had gone that I was like, I'm happy here. I didn't even want to go. But John was like, you're going to have fun. Just go. So I went. And that day, I did not feel like shopping, not one bit. So I knew I wanted to go see Jerry at Louis Vuitton. Here we are. And it's so hilarious because I asked.
Oh, it's so hilarious. I went to see Jerry. Is that your new best friend, Jerry? Have you got a crush on Jerry? I wanted to go and see Jerry. Really?
Asked a girl that I had worked with up there before when Jerry was so busy if she would take our picture. And she said, right there? And I was like, yeah, I've never been one to really need a great background.
Why do you want a picture with Jerry? Do you like Jerry because he's got hair? And he wears a suit? I wasn't in the mood to be there, but I had to go and see Jerry. Whatever.
Basically just wanted a picture with him. And this mannequin looks like she is like dominating us right here. But so that's Jerry. And I met him when I was there for ZARA. His memory and thoughtfulness are so impressive. Like he can remember everything we've ever talked about. The first time we met, he has just been so good to me in such a different level. He never pressures me to buy anything. He treats me like a friend. And I really have appreciated it. So he showed me, we tried all the different perfumes, the new ones. Here I am by the perfume counter.
Here I am.
And
Here
I had
I
gotten a
am.
blowout the day before, so my hair was straight. Here's some of their beautiful bags and a necklace. And then he showed me they have come out with like jewelry and stuff to compete with Tiffany's. So he was showing me some of that stuff. And I'm telling you, wow, you have to be like so beyond wealthy. I'm talking, what was that series? Succession? That's how wealthy you have to be. It was just crazy. Okay, then I go down to ZARA.
You have to be as wealthy as people in a TV program. Have you not met wealthy people in your life, Lisa? Not everyone will have watched that TV program. Her whole fucking head and life revolves around TV shows and famous people. She never says... There's never a... mind you, she just told a story about being in turbulence before. But it's normally, isn't it? Do you remember that episode of Sex in the City?
Because I'm thinking, okay, I know I want to see Jerry. I knew I didn't want to buy anything, and I wanted to go to ZARA because I don't have a ZARA where I live. And ZARA, I could really just wear ZARA probably for the rest of my life. So I went into ZARA, and I just took pictures of some things that kind of go with my vibe lately. Do I regret it? Yes, I do. But that just goes to show you how strong my moods are. Like that day, I did not want to buy anything.
I took pictures of things. Do I regret it? Yes, I do. What is she on about? She's regretting the fact that she didn't spend a load of money in ZARA. Fucking weirdo.
my moods are. Like that day, I did not want to buy anything. It's hard to even describe. So I thought, okay, I'm not.
It's hard to even describe. Do you think it just proves what we've always said? Her entire life revolves around shopping. Shopping, shopping, and more shopping.
Not buying this stuff, but I'll take pictures to show you guys. Then you'll see on the last day, I was like, I wish I had that stuff. So I might still try to order it. This jacket is amazing. It would look so good on those of you that just want to throw something over, like a white tank top and jeans. Okay, this is so cool. It's a little much for me with like this type of collar. Even
Why the fuck didn't you pick it up and turn the fucking coat hanger and hang it front ways on and take a picture so we could actually see what it is?
this collar that's like this, I don't feel like I'm cute enough to do this. I feel like I'm so chiseled looking that I sometimes I feel like I need to take a little bit of that away. So I just tucked this one in like that.
I'm so chiseled I can't wear a collar.
But I love this, and it felt so good. It felt so hardy and cottony. This blazer, notice how it's structured. Oh, that's a good blazer. This outfit, very similar to the look of my Lily Silk, not the same quality. You guys, you get what you pay for. Very few times now that I've experienced Amazon, Walmart.
Is Lily Silk all one word, or is it supposed to be Lily Silk? Just like my Lily Silk. I can't. I've had enough. Where are we? 20 minutes and no. I need a break. How long is this? An hour. No, I do. I need a break. Right. I'm going to go and... What's that? I'm going to have 10 minutes screaming in a cupboard. I'll come back in a minute. Right. I had a few minutes on Palea to get my head straight and calm down. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through the rest of this. Fingers crossed.
Walmart, ZARA, H&M. Lily Silk is up here. It really is. Higher than it used to be. They've really, really improved. But it's the same look. And a lot of times things are one-hit wonders anyway. This top, wish I would have gotten it. Reminds me of my H&M butter top. Okay, this
top, I wish I would have gotten it. It reminds me of another top I've got. So where's the other fucking top then?
Going to be my look. My leather jacket over those dresses. That is another boho. That's more boho moto luxe. But this
boho moto luxe. The fuck?
Dress and that leather jacket. I've learned I don't like leather jackets with a belt. I think I sold one of mine already. Okay, this sweater is just so sweet and pretty. I thought, how cool would that look with just like some white jeans? Okay, and here we are. Now I'm in the lobby of the hotel. So you see how it's kind of boutique-y. It's trendy. Let's just say for most of the time, I was probably the oldest one there. But that's okay. I'm hip. I'm cool. Okay, this lady, she might have been around my age. I took a picture of her because...
Why are you taking a picture of her? Please, yes, do explain.
I'm hip. I'm cool. Okay, this lady, she might have been around my age. I took a picture of her because she was very chic. She has on the Chanel loafers, some cool luggage, her crossbody. She was a vibe. And then...
Did you ask her permission? Did you tell her you were going to plaster it on the internet? What if she didn't want people to know she was in that hotel? What if she was an assassin? Honestly, she doesn't think, does she? Is this too far out? Hang on. Need to check where I am. So, should we bring you in a bit? Is that better? Sounded like I was shouting at it.
And here I am with my Diet Coke waiting in the little, it's like a little cafe area for Kelly and Christina. Here is the outside garden. Now, last time I was there, there wasn't a carousel. And when I saw that, I thought, that's different. Well, I'll mention that.
That's different. Do you expect everywhere to stay exactly the same as it was when you were there?
In a little bit. So here's my room. Last time I was there, I had the deluxe, which was bigger than this. This one is the typical room. We didn't get into our room. Okay, it's one.
Last time I had the deluxe. Yes, because somebody else was fucking paying for it. That's why. There was nothing wrong with that room. What is her fucking problem?
58, so it's not that late. They got there, we all checked in at the same time, and so here it is. Honestly, it was better than it looks because all of those cabinets open up for storage, and it was so clean and efficient. You know, I could have used a little bit more counter space for my caboodle, but that's okay because that countertop opened. And see how the bed is like framed and it's like a little inset. Beautiful view, nice, comfortable bed on the.
Really? I could have used a bit more room for my caboodle. Maybe don't bring a fucking caboodle and just bring a cosmetics bag like every fucker else does. How long am I back?
16th floor. So this is what I change into. I've got on a Gucci belt that John got me for Christmas, same outfit, and I put on my Louboutin flip-flops to go out that afternoon because I didn't.
You put on Louboutin flip-flops to go out in the rain. What did I say, folks?
Want to push it with boots, especially, and I didn't want to ruin my YSL boots in the rain. I
didn't want to ruin my YSL boots in the rain. That's what you're supposed to wear in the fucking rain is boots, you moron. Oh dear Lord. How do the others put up with her? Mrs. Moscato and whatever, and fucking Marnie and all the rest of them. Do they just do it for fun and laugh at her behind her back?
Go to Chanel in Soho, and my friend that I met last time I was there, Janelle, was there, and I was so glad she was there. Part of this whole experience, shopping period to me, and especially like shopping in New York, is I make these relationships with people and it doesn't matter how long it's been, they're still there. And I love that. So Janelle was there.
It doesn't matter how long it's been, they're still there. Yes, it's called a fucking job, Lisa. And they're not your friends. They're sales associates. They want commission, same as you doing these fucking videos.
She remembered me and she helped us and talked to us for a long time. And Kelly ended up getting a really fabulous Chanel ring. It's really big statement ring with pearls on it. So I felt good about that. And then we went to this restaurant, let's see, La Corolla. She told us about some good restaurants. So we had to go down the street, take a left, and go down like 2 blocks. And we went in here, and
we don't need the fucking directions. We're not going there.
You'll see, got a pizza with sausage and pepperoni and ate the whole pizza, just the top. So you just scrape each piece. Like I usually do it like 2 pieces at a time. I ate that, and then you see the other girls, they had seafood. Then we went to Bergdorf. We weren't planning on going to Bergdorf until Tuesday. The beautiful thing about a store like that is when it's raining, you just get to get out of the Uber and go in, and then you've got, 6 or 8 floors to shop, go to 2 different restaurants, makeup, everything else. You don't have to get out in the rain. So we went there, and my friend Maria was there, and this is the bag. I told myself the whole time, I'm getting that Dior bag that I saw. I saw it right before I kicked off my carnivore course, before I even did the live. And I told myself, if I do this, I am going to buy myself that bag. That is going to be my congratulations, you did it, carnivore course bag. And I wanted to try it on. This bag is magnificent. I love the way it looks, kind of vintage. There's a bigger version and a smaller version, and it kind of looks like a vintage Christian Dior Luxe Moto bag. And I do still love it, but plot twist, I didn't get it. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, I'm shocked to my core. What a plot twist, Lisa. I can't wait for the rest of the story. The fuck?
When the time comes. So I looked at it that night, and I do still love it, but plot twist, I didn't get it. And I'll tell you why when the time comes. So I looked at it that night, and Kelly and Christina looked at it with me, and Kelly ended up getting a really cool beige Chanel bag. It's very similar to the 25 bag, but it's the one that has like the cargo pockets on it, like on the sides and the front. Really, really pretty. And so here we are back at the hotel. What time is this? 8:28. Okay, so I think what we did is we came back, sat down for a little bit, and then, went up to bed. And here it is at night. Oh, I love the skyline at night. Just beautiful. And I had been up since, I think, 3:30. So here's the next morning when I woke up, and I was like looking around.
Why are your bras on the floor? And I think I can see the impression of your toes in them flip-flops.
And I was like, whoo, it's a small room. But I really had...
Ah! Fuck's sake.
Woke up, and I was like looking around. I was like, whoo, it's a small room. But I really had plenty of room. I even thought about it. I was like, I could live here if I had to. Because I love watching those shows where you see how people live. Because it had this little table and seating area. Okay, then I discovered these.
I love watching these programs where you see how people live. Really?
2 cabinets. I sent that picture to them. Okay, and then the next day, this is what I wore. I wore my Chloe t-shirt that I bought. You guys probably saw it in a Friday haul or so. It's just a plain old Chloe beigey t-shirt. My moto jacket, some of my favorite trousers. I got them in the pink and the blue. Well, one of them is a flat front, but these are the ones, I think these are like the pink ones.
So it's pissing rain and you're going out in white trousers that are dragging the ground and flip-flops.
Have the pleats in the front, and they're like a cream color, and my Louboutin flip-flops. Hair getting frizzier by the minute. I did not bring a single thing to do my hair because I knew it was going to be this way, and I decided I was going to just suck it up. So you'll see, that's what I had to do. So
I just sucked it up. Really?
Set out that day. I met them downstairs, and all of us went to the Crosby Hotel and had breakfast. And so here we are sitting in the restaurant. I usually sit down by that door. And then here we are.
I usually sit down by that door, but we couldn't. I had to sit at this table, and it wasn't the same as it normally. Good Lord.
A picture.
Look at her face. Look at her face. That face says it all.
All of us. Such a good time. There's my eggs and bacon. I got American cheese. Crazy.
What? We've just seen this breakfast 2 fucking minutes ago.
Such a good time. There's my eggs and bacon. I got American cheese. Crazy like that. I'll switch up my cheeses. Okay, then we went. Bacon. I got American cheese. Crazy like that. I'll switch up my cheeses. Okay, then we went.
I'm crazy like that. I'll just swap out my cheeses. Is she for real? Fuck's sake.
Went to Saks. I think we went to Sephora, and that's where I showed you I got those few things. Then we went to J. Crew, and I showed you the stuff I got at J.
Oh, have you done that already? Okay. I was beginning to think for a minute I'd lost the plot, and it's like, you didn't show any makeup.
Crew, I think I've shown you everything right after that breakfast, because J. Crew is right down from the Crosby. Then Sephora. Then it was raining so hard. I knew what it was. It was raining so hard, and Christina was looking for a body lotion in Sephora, and they said Saks had it. And we were like, yeah. I had never been to the Saks downtown, the great big nice one. And we knew that would be another store that we could go in, walk all around, and not have to just keep getting poured down on. Like, not just drizzle, rain. So,
Lisa, buy yourself a fucking umbrella. You like shopping? You could get all different colour ones to go with your outfits. What is her fucking problem with the rain?
so here we are in the Chanel, and Kelly's looking at.
She's over it, whichever one of the two this dark-haired woman is. She's just over the whole thing. It's like, next time can we come without her? You just look at her face.
She was looking at bracelets and necklaces. And then here are some of the beautiful things. And then I asked them, did they have a restaurant there? Because that night we were going to, you're going to be proud of me. You're going to be proud of me. We went to Wicked, to the show. We had already scheduled it. Kelly.
Why am I proud of you for going to a Broadway show? You're going to be proud of me. Why? Why should I be proud of you? Please tell me why. Is that what Mummy and Daddy said when you came back? Oh, we're so proud of you. So proud that you went to see Wicked all on... Oh, for fuck's sake. How much longer is this?
Should be a travel agent. She is phenomenal at doing things like that. So we ate there at Saks, and they had a bacon cheeseburger. And I was like, okay, great. So I asked him for that. You know, I said, no bun, no lettuce, no tomato. They did bring the fries. I gave them to the girls, but I don't even think they ate them. And just look how pitiful, when you're on carnivore, your food will look when it comes out. That burger, no lie, you can tell how small it is compared to the ketchup and aioli. The burger literally was probably that big. It was thick. I asked for a fried egg and they couldn't do it. And I did pretty much get filled up. Matter of fact, I think I had some butter with it because the girls had bread and butter. Then we go out to get our Uber, and there must have been someone special in Saks because there was all these limos and drivers outside. And let's see, that's the St. Patrick's
Did you think it was for you?
Cathedral Church.
That church is beautiful. I'd love to have a mooch about in there.
Gorgeous. Everything's just so beautiful there. There's the Louis Vuitton. We
Did you go in it though? No.
didn't go in there. So that night, here's 5:20. I wore my red dress that I got from Bloomingdale's. It's just kind of like a tight sheath dress. I wore the black one to show you. And then I wore that J. Crew raincoat, trench coat over it. It was perfect, a lot more comfortable than I had imagined. It wasn't as crinkly and raincoaty as I thought it would be. And then I have my little sparkly gold Gucci bag I bought with John last year in Atlanta.
You do realise you're going to be sat in the dark, don't you? This isn't a party you're going to.
And some ZARA clear heels. And here we are headed up to the show. And here we are. Kelly's worn green because evidently the colors are, green and would they be green and pink? And so how did I like?
Would they be green and pink?
The show. Wow. It was amazing. It is amazing to me that they can sing that well and dance and remember like every facial expression, the whole choreography. She had us the best seats in the middle, right in front. It was beautiful. Now for me, because I am not, you know this about me, I'm not very patient and I don't like to stay put very long. It was a little long. Like when everyone was getting up for intermission, I was thinking, if I was here by myself, this would be my bolt time. But we made it. Kelly found.
Really? Really? For fuck's sake.
In this, like the different, matter of fact, here they are, like Act 2. And that helped me just know, Okay, okay. It reminded me of some of the movies John and I used to have to sit in when we would take the kids to the movies. We went every weekend. I remember one of the worst ones was Yogi Bear. We still talk about it. So, but here's them at the end.
Why was it the worst one? Really? Oh, she loved being a mum. She loved being a stay-at-home mum and doing things with her kids and taking them to see Yogi Bear in the cinema. What is her fucking problem? Unless everything revolves around her, she's got no fucking patience for anything. I just can't with this woman.
Was Yogi Bear. We still talk about it. So, but here's them at the end, and I have to say, wow, what talent. I mean, do they make a lot of money? Because they deserve it. I know that they sometimes get like discovered and go on to be in like big movies too, but just phenomenal. Okay, so here we are back at the.
Do you know anything about fucking anything other than lip liners, Lisa? Do they make a lot of money? Oh, they get discovered and go on and do films, don't they?
The hotel. It's 11:07. I'm going to bed. That night, I slept like a rock because the first night, even though I've been up since 3, I usually don't sleep very well. And you know what? Sleep and Glow has a new pillow, and they were supposed to ship it there for me, so I didn't take my.
Oh, really? So you had to go without your pillow? Damn them for not getting it there on time. Do they not know who you are?
And I did not get it. They said they shipped it, but there wasn't a door guy. There was no one in charge of the front. You checked yourself in, you put your keys in a mailbox thing when you left. So I don't doubt that they sent it for me. So I'm hoping they send it here, but I got along okay. Their pillows weren't that bad. Okay, and this is the third day, Wednesday. This is the
Hump
biggest
day.
plot twist. Have I already burnt you guys up so much? Okay. The YouTube conference thing, I did not feel like going. I did not feel like going. And I've already been to so many, and I just felt like.
You've already been to so many. No, you went to one and you walked out of that one halfway through because your feet hurt. You went to Google, that was a completely different thing. And you did a shopping thing.
I did not want to go there. It is a thing that starts at 8:30 and it ends after 7. And I would have been in that building all day. I wasn't in the best.
I wasn't. Wasn't! For fuck's sake, Lisa.
New York frame of mind. You know what I mean? We had gotten rained on for 2 days. I didn't feel like shopping. I just felt weird and I just didn't feel like going. So I didn't. And it was no big deal. Like there was nothing there for me that I needed to pick up or anything. And I didn't.
There was nothing there for me that I needed to pick up. So there was no goodie bag. So you didn't want to go. Wow. Self-centered fucking narcissist. If you were there, you'd expect everybody to go, wouldn't you, to see you? But you couldn't be bothered your hole. No, I'll just buy my subscribers. I don't even need to hear how you get them naturally. What is she on now? 423. What the fuck?
I would have gotten some PR, but I don't need any PR. And I just thought, I'm going to spend today by myself and just go eat my breakfast and I'll meet up with the girls when they get out and that'll be good. And I had talked about it with my parents before I even left because when I make a decision like that, I do try to check with other people just to make sure I'm not making a rash decision or anything. But I just knew that.
You checked with your parents before you left, so you knew you weren't going when you went there. And why the fuck are you still asking Mummy and Daddy at 50 fucking 4?
I'd kind of been there, done that. And if it was like just a good social time where I could network with people and see people and talk to them, that would be one thing. But I knew from the past too, it was a lot of sitting there and listening to presentations, and they weren't going to be much different than the ones I'd already heard. So I just decided to not go, and I don't regret it a bit. I really don't. I feel like sometimes you have to go with how you feel at the time. So I put on my cozy, comfortable, thank goodness I brought it, airy long dress, the one that looks like Skims, and a really nice thick satin overshirt. It's Nanushka. I bought this one and a fleshy pink colored one from Oliver, no lie, probably 5 years ago, and have never worn it. And I loved it this day. And I wore my tikis because I had been wearing my Louboutins, and the tikis have a little bit more padding just to switch it up some. And this day was glorious.
I wore a different pair of flip-flops. That's why you didn't want to go, because it wasn't raining.
It was 70. Just warm, sunny, gorgeous. When I stepped outside, it was like someone sprinkled magic powder on me.
Wow. If you keep going, you're going to end up looking like Eugenia Cooney. Do you realise? Look at the state of that arm.
I thought, oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel so much better.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I'm starting to feel like myself. So I got an Uber and I went down to the Crosby to eat breakfast. Here I am in the Uber and sat there
We don't fucking care.
at my table. Look at this little chihuahua. Oh, I want another one so bad. Ate my breakfast, and then something happened right while I was sitting there.
I'm sorry, you want another chihuahua? Really? You couldn't give a flying fuck about Bridget. Laughing when your dad said she was circling the drain. But now you want another one, really? So John can look after it.
I was thinking to myself, I might not buy anything. I might not even buy that bag. And then I thought to myself, why? Who am I trying to impress? Who really is going to care if I buy anything or not? Why am I trying to keep myself small? Like, I don't know. I had gotten in this frame of mind. Like, I don't know. It was almost like I was shrinking in the past few weeks. And I'm never, like, you'll notice I'm never going to be one that says, I'm selling all my bags, because I'm not. I'm not selling all my bags. I'm keeping my bags for if Brooke wants them or if my mom wants them. But there are a lot of things I've been selling, but that's just because I want to wear what I really want to wear. And I just have too much stuff. And I sell it to you guys for half off, and it makes me feel good. It gives Brooke a job, and it's a win-win-win all the way around. Something came over me, and I thought, I am going to have the best day ever. I am going to blow it out. I am just going to have a fantasy day. I think a lot of...
Fuck's sake. Isn't every day a fucking fantasy day with you? Huh? Oh, I thought it had died then.
It has to do with the sun and the rain. I really do. I think I am just that person. So here I am walking in Soho, and I remember, oh, I'm so glad I took this video because I remember how I felt. It was just a little bit breezy. You can see my ideal diamond earrings. I just loved it. My hair was frizzy, but I didn't care.
I'm just going to film myself walking around in New York, hoping that somebody will stop me and think I'm a celebrity. What the fuck is that all about?
I was just feeling so good. The first stop was Aritzia. And at that moment, I had already kind of decided I was going to blow it out. So that's what I did. So here I am in that hat that I've already shown you in my Friday video. And then let me stand up and show you some of the other stuff I got. First thing I wanted to show you, I don't know if you've seen where this whole look has come back. The little, what do they call them? Not pedal pushers, but this is from the Aritzia Contour. What are they called? Not clam diggers. But anyway, when you put them on, they go just past your knee. And the mannequin, the girl had on these. And then this blazer, which is an over...
You've got a cupboard right beside you there, a closet, that is jam fucking packed with blazers. And you need another black blazer like I need a hole in the head.
Oversized blazer, big time. I mean, I got the extra small, and it is still oversized. But the reason I like it is because it's kind of like a summer weight. It would even look good with this. I really like it. I don't know what fabric this is made of, but it's really nice. And if you are in need of a really cool blazer, this is a good one.
That makes you look like a tramp on a Tuesday. No, thank you.
I mean, I had the sweetest girl helping me. Her name was Sally. She was young. So this is oversized Babaton from Aritzia. And let's see,
I
dry
bet Sally thought all her Christmases had come at once when you went in buying everything.
clean only, everyday luxury. Sounds like us. Okay, 95% wool, 5% elastane. Okay, so it's that summer weight wool. And I know what you're thinking because I used to be that way too. You automatically think wool, hot, winter. It's not that way. It's a natural fabric. So if it's the right weave, it will be good for the summer. I got this dress right up my alley. Just the little, not.
How many other little black dresses have you got? Remember when you did the little black dress video where you bought a load of little black dresses? This is just another little... You're supposed... No, what's the point?
Really a cap sleeve, but a little puff sleeve black dress, ties. You could tie it in the back or tie it around the waist or put one of your belts with it. Another black dress. This is from their contour line. This is like, to me, this is what I would have preferred to wear to like the show, but it was raining and it was cold. It wasn't this kind of moment, but this goes off the shoulder.
It was raining. You wore a raincoat.
So this is like a Bardo. And that's another one of my favorite looks is like the old Hollywood. I would say this kind of goes in with the 90s too, but just really cool. See how it's gathered right there and contour line. And I got the small and it's $98. I think that would be a valuable dress. Okay, the famous twirl skirt. They are known for this skirt. And keep in mind, when I was in here, I was still in the boho chic, but it was more in the sheer flowy instead of the cottony. And so I thought this...
What is she fucking talking about? I was in the sheer flowy, not the cottony. What? Makes sense, woman.
With just a white tank top, a really cool graphic tee, a little J. Crew cashmere sweater, anything. Depending on your climate, your people really love to go off on me when I say long sleeves or something, but I'm telling you, if it's 100 degrees outside, you're going to be freezing inside most of the places that you go here. If you're going to a restaurant, to a movie, things like that. So you just have to choose what you want to dress like. But you could easily put this with a tank top. But there is just something about this skirt. And it comes in all different colors. It even comes in a polka dot. And I've always wanted one, but I just never did it. And so I got one this time. Okay, these, remember I was telling you, I love a good pant, like a good statement pant. These came in several colors, but I got these two. So they're the agency pant, high rise, straight. I always get a 6. I could wear a 4, but I like these to kind of hang. And I got the gray with the blue and white. Imagine this with just a white ribbed tank top and some good flip-flops. To me, that's just like the...
Flip-flops? Really?
With just a white ribbed tank top and some good flip-flops. To me, that's just like the perfect look. This, same thing, black tank top, my black Louboutin flip-flops with the red bottom that will go with that. Beautiful. Okay, this is very similar to the Nanushka overshirt that I was wearing, the black one, and I love that. That's very New York. You will see that a lot. People having on a tank top, a cami, and just having on an overshirt. And I just happen to like the silkier ones better than like a cotton. It's just more my style. And I'm all about the way things feel. I'm all about how they flow, how they look when I walk, how they feel on my skin, like flowy things. That's just important to me. And that's how this is. And so I grabbed this. I mean, look at even like the sleeves. So pretty. So this is one of those tops
Stunning.
that you can just wear over anything. It's Wilfred, and I got this small. Then, if you've
Sorry if you can hear my stomach. It's on overdrive at the moment, growling at me, and I don't know why.
been with me, you know, every year I recreate, and I always say it wrong. I always say by the sea, but it was actually in Mr. and Mrs. Smith when Angelina Jolie, they were dancing and she had on a skirt that looked like this with a top that looked like this. And that, like this and this with some sandals with your hair up and some hoops or your diamond earrings or some long shell earrings, whatever. I mean, make the look your own. But what I liked
Do you make the look your own, Lisa?
about this is you can see it's kind of like a twill. It just looks nice. It looks like it's going to stay looking nice. And like everything in my home has a little blob of cat hair on it. Okay, then I got this long black skirt, very 90s, very Gwyneth Paltrow to wear with. This is one of those things like when you're, and this is my style of packing, is kind of like capsule wardrobe packing style. This would be something good to throw in there. Okay, this is from ZARA. We're going in a little bit into some stuff that I had ordered. I wore these yesterday, so I do have some footage that I'll put in here, but they're just flowy, flowy, flowy
Dragging the floor.
pants. And then this, I bought this to take with me, you guys. Is this not beautiful? Get it. I could not believe, as long as this stuff took to get here, I could not believe this was still available. It is just beautiful. It is a statement piece. Everywhere I went yesterday, including the McDonald's drive-thru, they complimented me. Just gorgeous. I love all of my little jackets I've gotten from Zara that look like this. Beautiful. I got a yellow one too that I'll show you probably on Friday. Okay, this, another boho chic moment. Red. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. You know what? I might, this is adjustable. It has buttonholes, but I might take this off the rack like this. Here, let me show it to you really good first. But look how it's woven. It's woven, but it's a tight weave. So you can still wear, you know, something under it. It's not too beach cover up looking. See what I mean? And I did size up. No, I didn't. I got it small. Okay, yep. I think I did want to size up and she told me not to because she said part of the appeal of this dress is it being fitted. It does have the little slit there. I'm going to do it like this because I don't want my straps getting too stretched. Okay, this is Wilfred. Now, what I'll do, because I know you're thinking those comfy bras are not going to look good under this. What I do when I'm wearing stuff like this is I wear these Aritzia bras that are the most minimal bras you could ever wear. But they do, I mean, it just depends. You know what you can wear. So I will wear my black one like this with stuff like that. I won't try to wear a bra with big, thick straps or anything. And then it has the back like this. This is definitely for my
Then it has the back like this. I thought you were a fashionista. Do you not know what that back's called?
boho, chic, luxe
If you took a shot every time she said boho, I hope you lived near a hospital.
look. And so is this. I actually need a red bra. If you guys have any suggestions, I'll look and see if they have one of these. And another thing that I wear, I haven't done it as much lately just because it got to the point where I couldn't find any normal ones. They were all too crisscrossy, crazy, but just a little
Crisscross.
bralette, a cheap one from like Walmart or Kohl's or something like that, to wear under things like this, where if it does show, it's no big deal. But isn't that beautiful? That
Isn't
is
it?
like Cajun shrimp.
Oh, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't it? That's what my nails are. Love it. Oh, see, even like this and the black skirt and black flip-flops. Love it. Then I got the white one and this under this in the summer with a pair of jeans or white jeans, So good. And then this little top. They actually had this in several colors, like where the rose would be different, but I thought this was just so pretty, and I thought it would look good under even like my moto jacket or something, under a nice long cardigan, given that two different textures and vibes right there. Always think of it kind of like we do our home decor, where you want to layer and you want to kind of mix it up. Okay, so after I left Aritzia, she offered to keep the stuff there so that I could go shop and come back. So my first stop, which was a dastardly stop, was at Valentino.
Dastardly stop. Where have you learnt that word?
And this is why. Because when I was trying on all of those Reformation dresses, I realized how much I really valued the Valentino flip-flops, the Valentino flats. And so I wanted to see if they had the other style, jelly flat in there. And I just, I went in there just to see what they had. And I did a lot of damage there. So let's start with the first ones I was talking about. I wanted the black, but they didn't have the black. But stay tuned for that. There's a part 2 to that one. These are just like the flip-flops, but they are the sandal. Now, I have the ones that have the double thing, and they are so comfortable, and I love them, but I thought I might really like these because they only have the single, and they're very comfortable. They're very comfortable, and I'm always looking for something that looks fabulous, fancy, luxurious, but is still comfortable. So I got these. Now, if you get these or the bow flip-flops, which are one of my favorite things ever, you have to size up a whole size. So I got the 39, and I am a size 8. Then while I was looking at, I was just sitting there on the little.
Isn't a 39 a size 8? Where's the thing? Sod off, here we go, 9,000 pop-ups. Go away. Are we stuck? I just want to see the thing. God's sake. Oh, will you shut up, stomach? No. Yeah, I used to wear a 39 when I was a 7. A European size 39 typically translates to a UK size 6. Really? Or a US size 8. There you go. So she sized up a whole size, but she's an 8. So she bought an 8. So she didn't size up at all. What in the...
bench while he was gone to get my shoes, I looked and I saw another pair of suede shoes that I tried on, and I liked them okay, but they didn't shake me up. But then I looked over and I saw these. You guys, I have been just swooning over the Chloe like big shoes like this that have the like sketching. What is it? It's kind of like carving in it, kind of like you carve in a tree or something. And I did try those on. They're just too high. I just can't do it. It's like they were heavy, they were high. Where am I going to wear these? Are they worth just getting to look at? All that kind of stuff. And I didn't. Where am I going to wear these? Are they worth just getting to look at? All that kind of.
Are they worth just getting to look at?
Stuff, and I didn't get them. These are gorgeous. There is something about not much of your toe comes out past this little thingy here. This
fringe.
So it looks boho. This looks luxe. I love that it has this big wedge heel, but they're not completely They still have a little bit of a heel accent. It keeps them from looking so blocky and so, you know what I mean, so heavy, and just gorgeous in every way. When I put these on, magic moment all the way. Now these, I only took a 38.5. So if you're a size 8, get 38.5. Then when I was checking out, I saw these. These remind me of, remember the Gucci ones I have that are black, and I have worn them to death. They almost need to be resold in the front. I've worn them so much. But these, the reason I liked them, of course, is
Well, they hardly need to be resold in the back. That'd be the heel, fuckwit.
because they're really pretty, flat, very wearable. They would look good with dresses. They would look good with jeans, pants, shorts. I loved all the studs. I love the color that they're not stark white. They're kind of like a creamy pebbled white. And this is what got me, is that little gold Valentino. So that mix of the gold and silver, and they looked really, really pretty on. And I just love them. They're just so pretty. Very, very luxe boho. Then there wasn't a lot of, this was the last one they had. Now they do have these bags. They have a tote that I really like too. And then they have these in different designs, and not all of them have gold on it. It was important to me to have gold on it too. So you can see that it's the mix of the gold and the silver. And this, I remember, here's the front of it. It has the little Valentino symbol. I remember when I saw, who was it? It wasn't Rihanna. There was somebody I saw, was it Bella Hadid? Somebody when this collection first came out, and I thought, I would love that bag. Oh, it is just, it's fabulous. It is fabulous. You guys know how much I love fringe.
She can't help but look at herself, can she?
I love this tan suede, and it is just so perfect for this look. When I put it on, even with that long black dress, it looked perfect. And I love the way it just melts to your body. I just love it, love it. Remember that bag I got from Below the Belt a long time ago that had all the fringe? Let's see.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
very simple, but it did come with like some extra
Like
studs
you.
in case any of them fall off. But yeah, just very simple, like inside, but I love it. Okay, so here's my water I was drinking there. There's the bag charms. There's the mannequins. I loved all the dog walkers. They were out. So this is a Great Dane and some kind of little mix. Okay, then I went in Chloe and I tried on those shoes. I tried on the ones that were pink, clear, and they were just too heavy. Look at this beach towel and pillow. I love it. I might need that beach towel. And then I'll show you what I got in Chloe. I haven't even opened it since I got home, but I have been wanting one of these. Oh, pretty box. For
I've been wanting one of these for ages. What is it?
a while, and I picked out, it's hard to pick out which one you want, but I got this one. Okay, here it goes.
Okay.
So I love necklaces that just kind of go over. It is still tangled a little bit. Go over like that. I wouldn't wear it with this, but like with even like, I was thinking the easiest way you could do or just step your toe
Are you going to show it?
into this look a little bit is just with white jeans like I have on today. These are the frame ones, a white t-shirt, a cool necklace, and sandals. Okay, so here it is. So see how it has like the seashells and the pearls, and then that's a seashell. And then it
No shit, Sherlock, is it? You probably could have got something like that in your own town for a fraction of the price, but it wouldn't be Chloe then, would it?
does have an extender. I think I would want it extended out all the way like that. But isn't that pretty?
Isn't
So
it?
that was, I looked at those last time I was there, or I think I went in to look at them, and the girl was like kind of rude to me and didn't want to help me. Okay, so there.
Oh, how very dare her be rude. Maybe it was your sad aura she was picking up on.
That's when the guy told me about Claudia Schiffer being there. And then I always see this store, and it's, let me get them so I can remember the name. Okay, here it is, Camper. Okay, if you are old school, OG, Lisa D1, do you remember those pumps that I got that were campers? And it was this lady, she was
Really? Really? We're supposed to remember every fucking thing you bought ever.
Checking out at Victoria's Secret. I saw her shoes and I was like, oh my God, I love them. They were kind of like sporty and comfortable looking, but they were pumps. And she was from Germany and they were campers. And I ordered them online and I ordered them too small. And so I had to end up getting rid of them. But every time I see the camper store in
No, you could have sent them back and got the right size, couldn't you? But woe betide, you'd have to actually return something because you just can't be asked, can you?
Soho, I always think I should go in there and just see what they have. Well, that day I went in and I ended up getting these. And I wore them yesterday and they look crazy. And if they look crazy, you're going to really think these look crazy. I had to have these red ones too. But they are so comfortable. And what the guy did, they come with two different insteps or like footbeds. This is the thinner one, and then this is the thicker one. I might put the thinner one back in because I noticed this little strap was a little snug, but they remind me of like Balenciaga and Crocs or something like that. And when you have them on, they're very pretty. And they're like wearing, I mean, they're light and they're made of all of that good shock absorbent. Anybody that's familiar with camper shoes, you know what they are. They're made for comfort. So
I've never heard of camper, so why can't you ever describe anything properly to anybody ever?
if I don't end up liking them, it's not that big of a deal, but I wanted to try them.
If I don't end up liking them, it's not that big of a deal, and you bought two pairs. For fuck's sake.
Because if they're really fabulous, this is a good thing to have for, you know, traveling and being able to walk around and just a good everyday shoe that's cool looking. Okay, the music was jamming in that store too. Okay, then I went down to Coach in Soho because I wanted to get my mom a few things there. And I saw this bag, so tempted to get it. This, the Empire bag in the small East, like
See, that's something I'd buy on holiday, or like a trip to New York, to remember New York. What does that say? Perfect what? Too small. She should have taken proper pictures and put one up at a time.
East West, or did they say East West or West East? I don't know how they say that now, but I love that. I had to hold myself back from getting these bags, but I didn't get anything. And then look at this little dog. She said it was half corgi, half Shih Tzu, but there's some kind of terrier.
Shih Tzu.
Said it was half corgi, half Shih Tzu, but there's some kind of terrier in that dog. He was so cute, or she was so cute. Here,
Hang on, what did you just say?
then look at this little dog. She said it was half corgi, half
Corgi.
Shih Tzu, but there's some
Are you sure she said corgi and not Yorkie?
kind of terrier in that dog. He was so cute, or she was so cute. Here are all my bags in the Uber, headed back to the hotel, and I had an appointment at Bergdorf at 1. They were going to treat me for lunch. So I went back to the hotel.
I had an appointment at Bergdorf at 1. They were going to treat me to lunch. So it just proves you never had any intention of going to the YouTube thing at all.
It's 1:42. It's 70 degrees and sunny. I mean, is that not the best? I look over, I'm
No.
waiting for my Uber again to head out to Bergdorf. And I noticed every time we were waiting for an Uber, all I could smell was marijuana. Like, I mean, it was just like I was standing there smoking something. And I was like, where is it coming from? It was coming from in here. When you went in here, everyone was sitting around on little benches getting high. And so when you were outside of that little garden, you just got it. And I was like, that's why they put the merry-go-round in there. I don't know. So here's a
That's why they put the merry-go-round in there, really? Lord above.
flower market I passed, and here I am in the restaurant eating. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was the best. I told them that was the best meal I have ever had in New York. It was a Wagyu steak with grilled shrimp on the side. And then we will leave off here and I will do a Bergdorf unboxing with you. It's going to be some clothes, it's going to be lots of shoes and a bag. So thank you so much for being here.
More
Let's see,
shoes.
do I have anything? Spanish pink, Chanel nude brown lip. I was kind of doing the Claudia Schiffer look. Third day hair, gotta love it. My ring. Thank you to Ideal Diamonds for sponsoring this video. I love these. I hope they're still available. And love you guys. Happy Mother's Day. And I will see you ASAP as soon as I get that package. Bye.
Bye. Ugh. I made it. I made it. Where the help? Where am I? Good Lord. If you made it with me, thank you very much. And I will see you in the next one.